Listen up closely because in this video, I'm going to be revealing the one thing that has generated my client software companies over $1 million in revenue and single-handedly books them over 30 qualified demos every single month, which is one of, if not the most important metric for any sort of software company that wants to expand, that wants to grow, and wants to go up market. The truth is that this topic is massively overlooked in the software industry, and not too many people actually know about it and are utilizing it correctly. So in this video, I'm going to be defining how to take your value proposition to the next level for your software. And when this is done correctly, it has the potential to double, or what we've seen, even triple your current demo rate. A lot of the software companies that we partner with and help them scale up market are under NDAs, so I can't publicly disclose the type of work that we do for them or the exact work or the amount of market demos that we book them. But let's just say they're dealing with enterprise level clients and they're doing over 7 figures in revenue as the baseline. You guys can check my company website for more info. So if you stick around to the end of this video, here's exactly what you're going to understand. What defining your value proposition actually means for your software, even though 99% of software companies out here do it completely wrong. The second thing is the exact questions you can ask yourself to define your software values proposition. In the next 10 minutes, I'll be walking through a live example. These 2 points collectively are going to help you go up market, they're going to help you scale, and they're going to help you book more demos. Now let's define the value proposition. Okay, perfect. So when defining your value proposition is extremely crucial that we get very clear on not necessarily just who we're targeting, how we're helping them, but getting extremely clear on our unfair advantage. And I see so many software companies when we start to partner with them, they have a rough idea of, how exactly our software is different, how exactly we can provide the marketplace a new or improved solution. But instead of having a proven offer, like Russell Brunson mentions this all the time at ClickFunnels, instead of an improvement offer, you need a new opportunity. And so it's extremely important that I'll just give you guys 2 examples here from a task management solution and a custom software solution. It's extremely important that every single one of your value propositions is custom. So let me give you a quick example. Let's say you're task management for a large retail team. So in other words, you are a software solution that services large retail companies who have employees, they have teams, and they need a task management tool to maintain their day-to-day operations. And so the biggest thing you can say here to an enterprise level, customer or an upmarket customer is you can say, look, we can integrate into all of your complex workflows. It's simply copy and paste. We have the software, we can duplicate this X amount of times, and we don't need, a bunch of different things to happen or a bunch of different, team assortments. We don't need your team to be fully trained on this specific software. We just come in there, we seamlessly integrate. And that is a huge value proposition to a large enterprise business or to an upmarket business, because it shows, okay, this software not only can multiply across all of our teams, but it can seamlessly integrate. So the setup time is low, the risk is low, and it's just simply plug and play. And if the pricing model is right, then you're in a completely blue ocean, which is what a lot of other task management solutions aren't doing. So there's a good example of how you can simply just stand out by just having a clear value proposition. If that one didn't make a lot of sense to you guys, which it's pretty straightforward to me. If it's not straightforward to you, that's okay. Just double tap 10 seconds back and you'll probably click real quick. The second thing is end-to-end software solution for a night guard company. So let's say, you're a night guard at the museum. I don't know, think of like Night at the Museum or something. You're a night guard, you're an employee, and, a business is selling to the company that you're working for. And so they're saying, hey, look, we got an end-to-end software solution towards like, you're the night guard, you got to scan in, you got to check this, you got to make sure this is in the right place. You got to do your, typical night guard activities. And so it's extremely important that there's a software that covers that end to end. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of companies and business out there that have pieced together software that is just really inefficient. And it's like their employees are scattered across multiple different things. If you guys have worked at various different institutions, you kind of get to see this stuff from the inside out. I'm digressing right now, but the value proposition for this software solution company is saying, again, tailored enterprise. So it's saying, look, we know you have a large staffing corporation. We know you have a lot of employees here at these specific locations. Here's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to tailor the software to your enterprise needs. So again, what is it? It integrates into all of your existing workflows, and it's extremely low barrier of entry. And so it makes all of these different teams an effortless integration. And so this to an enterprise customer is like, oh, this is amazing, because not only can it integrate pretty quickly, but there's no sort of barrier of entry for us. It's just copy and paste. So those are 2 very simple and straightforward examples of how you can tailor a part of your software company to an enterprise segment in the market. And this is exactly what you can utilize when you're blasting out cold emails or you're retargeting a bunch of your campaigns on LinkedIn or you're retargeting ads on Google. So you can utilize this data and you can utilize what exactly makes these enterprise companies want you. So to put this into complete clarity for the rest of you guys watching this video is understanding not exactly just who your product is for and what your product is, but why people actually buy it. Now, let me ask you this question. When's the last time you've asked all of your customers, all of your clients, or have ran a survey and you have specifically asked your customers, why did you purchase our software? Why are you subscribed to our software? Or why have you bought packages of our software in the past? Whether it is a, $1,000 a month, task management tool, or it's a $10,000 a month task management tool. It simply doesn't matter. When's the last time you surveyed a specific amount of your customers and have actually asked them why they bought into this specific software? And so what we can do here is this can help tailor the value proposition, because not only can we see what the buyer psychology is behind it, we can also put this back into the front end marketing when we're targeting who this is for. So you can actually segment off the survey and you can say, okay, this specific person or these people in the banking industry, so that they purchased or have actually went through with our software because it helped them with their financial flows. And so we know that the next time we cold email the banking industry, we can say, hey, look, XYZ, or you're probably dealing with XYZ. It would make sense for you to subscribe to our software or purchase our software or purchase a bulk package of our software or a tier of our software because you're dealing with XYZ. And so the sales channel, when you're speaking directly to these decision makers, whether it's cold email, whether it's paid advertising, we sort of just, do whatever is needed for this specific software company. Most of the time it's LinkedIn retargeting ads. Sometimes it's cold email. Most of the time the SDR teams are kind of already on that. We kind of come in as an amplifier, or we'll just retarget that. We have expertise, which simply SDR teams are still getting trained up on. And so when we're reaching these key decision makers, we're actually talking to them in the most specific way that they want to hear. And so all of this plays a role. And you'd be surprised if one of these boxes is not cooperative and it's just like not clear and you don't have the maximum amount of clarity that you could. It's like the entire puzzle piece sort of goes down. And then you start to second guess and ask yourself, okay, why are our enterprise sales going down? Why are our demo counts going down? Why are we not booking enough calls? And it goes back to the idea of, is everything in line? Are you very clear on your unique selling points to an outbound audience, to an inbound audience? Are you very clear on the outcomes that your product delivers? And does your product actually follow through with those outcomes? Have you segmented any list of your existing customers and asked them, hey, why did you buy our software? Why did you purchase our software? Why did you subscribe to our software? And these types of videos, I'm mainly talking to B2B software companies doing over $500 to $1 million in ARR. And so at this point in time, when you're in that transition phase where you're part of a company or you're the founder of a company, these are kind of the bottlenecks that you're reaching. You have established SDR teams built out. You've already defined your customer profile, obviously, but it gets to the point where you're looking to expand up market, but for some reason your SDR teams aren't clicking. Something might not be working. You're looking to push more volume, but all the efforts are kind of going in vain. And most of the time it goes back to your value prop. So this is exactly why I'm making this video. For you. You can thank me later. It's extremely important also that we understand what alternative solutions are not as effective and what are the benefits. So with that being said, I have a free training. It's the first link right down below. You can just click it. You could fill out your information. You can watch me go through a very segmented, detailed oriented process of how exactly you can do this in more depth. But this was the not only overview, but this is kind of an in-depth strategy in this video about kind of how I already can establish a value proposition for your company. And if you're watching this video, you can stop the video. You can look at these boxes and you can simply see what is working in your company and what isn't. And if one of these boxes isn't clear, whether you can't define a big idea behind your software, whether you are sort of hazy on the processes that you guys use to deliver, whether you're not really clear on the alternative solutions or competitors in the industry and you're not actively looking at them, if you're not really clear on the outcomes that your product delivers to a specific avatar, you're not really understanding the buyer psychology behind it, again, that can all fold in. And the issue is not booking enough calls. So it's like, because one of these boxes is red, like I said before, it sort of affects everything. And so now your value proposition, instead of being like green, it's like yellow, like it's kind of tainty, but you have to go back and you have to methodically ask yourselves these questions. So just recently we visited a software client. I flew out to them and actually sat down with their team and we went over this value prop worksheet. And it wasn't until like the fourth or fifth box to when they were like, okay, we are not thinking about this deep enough. And as soon as I kind of cracked the code, on, how exactly you can position this to an outbound audience, whether it is through paid advertising, through cold advertising or cold email, excuse me, or through retargeting to, prospects who already opted in. It wasn't until we really pointed out that and we understood the buyer psychology behind it as to when they finally understood that's probably the bottleneck as to why they weren't booking enough calls. Then that bottleneck was fixed. So that is what I want you guys to take away from this video. If you haven't taken away anything from this video yet, I want you to take this away. I want you to simply ask your existing customers why they decided to purchase, subscribe, or pay for your software. And I want you to get extremely clear on why they did. Then from there, you can understand your sort of unfair advantage to an enterprise market or to an up market segment. And most of the time, I'll give you guys a little hint without having to hire a marketing firm, just a little hint. Most of the time, it has to do with seamlessly integrating into their complex workflows, and it has to be tailored. Enterprise segments don't care about putting down cash. That's nothing to them. They understand investment opportunities. They understand how business works. They understand all of that on a linear scale beyond some people's consciousness. At the end of the day, if you can simply present to them a good case as to why your software can be tailored to their enterprise problem and their enterprise solution, you can build a much better case when selling to these audiences. And yes, it works outbound. If somebody's saying it doesn't work in cold email, they're just lying to you. There you go. That's exactly how you define your value proposition with your software so you can expand upmarket, book in more enterprise demos, and honestly just attract your ideal clients overall. Now, if you or your SDR team need help scaling your software company and you want to talk with more enterprise level customers, you want to get in front of more, upmarket prospects, and you want to expand, book in more demos and all the above, and you'd like my help and expertise, it's going to be the first link right down below. It's going to take you to a free training. You fill out your phone number, fill out your email, fill out your first name. You're going to watch a quick trainer video. You're going to book in a call on how exactly we do it. On that call, we'll figure out exactly what's going on with your software company and what's holding you back from the next level. And then we'll see if it makes sense for us to partner up together. We've helped numerous amounts of software companies in the space like TakeTask and Ascendware build out predictable systems that are now scaling and booking them qualified demos every single week. So if you want us to do the same for you and your software company, go ahead and click the first link right down below. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.